Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and this is something you've been asking me for quite a bit actually. Whether to buy a Marshall vintage cabinet with a Marshall vintage, the original V30, vintage 30 speaker, or buy the Marshall 9060BX cabinet that comes with greenbacks. My cabinet is the BX, but I have there also two Marshall vintage, the original vintage 30 speakers made in UK. So there's two UK made greenbacks, two UK made Marshall vintage speakers, and I'm gonna do a comparison. So first let's listen a song where I switch between the speakers. I mean, obviously not when I play, but I will record it next, then I will mix it, double the rhythm guitar, and then change it so you can hear first the V30, then greenback, V30, greenback. I'll put a pictures there so you can also see which speakers am I using. And both the SM57s are straight directly to the edge of the dust cap, kind of a sweet spot. Alright, let's listen a song, then we'll discuss a little bit about the differences, and then there's another song, or same song, different mix, where I blended those two speakers. But now first let's listen to the song where I'm alternating between the two. Alright, as you heard, they sound quite a bit different. And the gear I'm using, this is one of my old Tokai made in Japan Les Pauls, this one with EMG 5766 pickups. And the amplifier is the good old bad boy, back from maintenance, and the power tube just blew up. So now there's four JJ6550s and JJ12AX7s in the preamp section also. And I was boosting it with Bus SD1. So yeah, that's just, it's great. Anyways, so yeah, let me play you a little bit now, without the backing track, so you'll hear how different they actually are. So this one is the Marshall vintage, the original V30 speaker. Let me switch to greenback. quite a bit different. I'll switch back and forth. First greenback. The original Marshall vintage low end is tighter. There's really nice kind of vocal-like mid-range without any of that harsh like upper frequencies. Whereas with the greenback, it has a quite a deep bottom end, and it sounds like it's almost coming from a little bit more distant because there's not so much of those mids, because the mids makes the vintage speaker really forward, and that's why it is quite popular in, you know, rock and metal, because it's so, you know, in your face kind of, but not being harsh. And the greenback, many times, I mean, Marshall describes on their website as greenback as really smooth and stuff, but I always think completely different about greenback. And like you hear, it's not very smooth. It's really, to me, the vintage speaker, it's kind of like a smooth, you know, pony car, muscle car, sports car. Whereas a greenback is like a bulldozer. Check out, just simple equal. 30. The vocal like mids, it's really balanced. There's nothing is poking, at least to my ears. Whereas greenback is kind of like it's a bulldozer. What is really cool, check out when I blend these. So now let's test the V30. It will be louder, obviously. You get the best of both worlds. And what we're gonna do next, we're gonna listen the same song I wrote specifically for this video with those two speakers blended. So the relation, whatever the English word, is pretty much the same I have now. So the greenback is 2.5 decibels lower than the vintage 30. So it just doesn't bring too much of that, but it brings the bulldozer in. So let's listen the song now, so you'll hear these in a mix. Okay, sounded pretty cool, right? That's why, my answer is whether, you should buy the vintage cabinet or the BX cabinet with greenbacks. If possible, buy both, but it's a bit expensive can be. I mean, what I did, I bought the greenback cabinet because that's what Music's had, and I really like the looks, how it looks. And then I just bought the vintage speakers from eBay. There's a company in UK called Guitar Mania. I'll put links in the description below. At the filming, when I'm filming this, I think they have one Marshall vintage speaker, the original V30 there. And according to the site, they sometimes are able to buy stuff in bulk, in big quantities from Marshall. They have like UK-made greenbacks that were made to some Marshall cabinets. So that's really good site. And now we had the 800, but let me show you how this differs with a Plexi, because as you know, the greenbacks are old design from 60s something, and the vintage speaker was designed in the 80s when the 800 came out. So they kind of go hand in hand. So if I change to Plexi, now it's the 50 watt Plexi, it's pretty much cranked, but I have a Variac there. I don't know if you can see it on, because in Europe we have now I'm getting 224, that's set to 175 volts now. So I can crank it without it being extremely loud and, blowing the speakers. So Plexi with a V30, no overdrives, nothing. Yeah, it's just cool, a little bit, listen, with the greenback. Vintage 30 or Marshall vintage. Greenback. So I really prefer greenback with Plexi. It's just because I think they are meant for each other. But if I'm switching back to the 800 now, I have the greenback. More modern amp, even though it's old, but there's much more of that, which sometimes can be a bit harsh. Obviously, you can EQ that, so I'm not using any post EQ, only on the way in, because the Steinberg audio interface has an EQ compressor and reverb. So I'm using the EQ, which is kind of like Neve, I think. So I'm having a low cut at 56 Hz and high at 11.2. It doesn't really change the sound, but it just removes the kind of the cabinet, what you don't need or want, at least usually. And then the really high end, which is not like, anything usable in there. So that's the only thing. But can be a little bit compared to Plexi. 800. And then let's switch back to the vintage speaker. Plexi. To me, well, it's just a little bit different with Plexi, or with these more kind of high gain. I mean, it's not a high gain amp, but more modern amps really like the tightness of the vintage 30. It just works with a single 57. And sometimes if I want a bit more bottom end, you know, I can EQ it afterward or use a ribbon mic or whatever with the 57. So yeah, those are the differences. So conclusion, Marshall vintage speaker, great vocal mid-range, tight low end. It's nothing harsh, at least to me there. And greenback, deeper, bigger, low end, kind of woof, and can be a bit harsh somewhere around 3.5K, I think, but it's easily, you know, you can EQ that out if you want, but it's just kind of like a bulldozer, whereas the vintage is, at least to me, like a sports car. I like them both a lot. I also like the Celestion vintage 30 speaker, which I have also not in the cab at the moment. That's just it's like the Marshall vintage speaker, but the kind of a little bit of the aggressiveness of a greenback, at least to my ears and you know how I feel. But yeah, so if you have a chance, you know, buy either cabinet, the vintage or greenback cabinet, then just eBay, whatever, find one or two speakers. I have them in the exposition. And then you have the best of both worlds if you can decide, like me. I can decide whether I like greenbacks or V30 or vintage speakers more. So I use both. That's what I've been doing pretty much the last 25 years. Hey, all right. Hopefully you found this interesting and informative. If you have any questions or comments, you know the drill. Write in the description below. Thumbs up, subscribe, yeah, you know that, yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. All the best. Until next time. Bye.